So this is our packing list for Italy. One of the first things that you're going to need to make sure of when you go to Italy is if you bring any electronic device, you're going to need an adapter. You're going to need a two-prong adapter, as that is what they use in the country. There are three-prong adapters, but you're not necessarily going to need that because a two-prong will still work with their threes. Also, if you're bringing a device that is made more than 10 years ago, there's a good chance that you're going to want to bring a converter because in the EU countries, they use a higher voltage than in the US, which means you could short circuit your device or have other electrical problems. However, newer devices, this is not a problem. They're built to be used on both currencies or voltages. For clothing, the average temperature in Rome in October when we're going is about 70.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Typically, the low is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's at night. So expect about high 60s to low 70s while we are there. This means that it's advised you bring a long sleeve shirt. Um, if 70-degree weather is cold for you, if it's not, then feel free to bring a t-shirt. Um, but you will have to bring long pants, even if this weather is completely acceptable for you. A lot of churches, namely the Vatican and other places, do not let people enter if they are not dressed modestly. And for a lot of places, this means that they have to have they have to have long pants on. Some people will let you in with shorts or a skirt on. However, whoever's at the door, it's very subjective depending on who they're going to allow in, and sometimes they'll let people in with shorts and not care, and other times they'll flag people at the door and make them get another change of clothes to be allowed in. Also, there's typically rainfall of about 4.5 inches during October, so it's a good idea to bring a raincoat or an umbrella. However, a raincoat is preferred because it is easier to transport if you have any sort of bag with you compared to an umbrella where you will have to enter metal detectors in many places, and an umbrella will typically set those off, and you'll have to go and get searched, like your bag searched and whatever. So it's just a lot easier just to have the raincoat. They know what it is, no problem.
Okay, next is your toiletries and currency. While the hotel will provide some of these things, it's probably a good idea to bring a toothbrush and toothpaste and some soap. Also, you can save some money by converting your money to euros in the United States before you leave to go to Italy, just because the fees are lower. It's a good idea to have a passport holder just so it's easier to transport and you're less likely to lose it. And just in case you lose it, it's a good idea to bring um, a printed picture of your passport with your luggage, just in case you need to get a new one. So next is your visa, hospitals, and insurance. You actually don't need a visa for this trip. And if you do need some emergency help, you're going to call 112. And it'll take you to a public hospital where you'll just pay a fee to either have some service or have a consultation. And the fee kind of it varies depending on what kind of emergency you're having, but the average cost uh, is $55.69. Um, and a medical visit would be $29.47 on average. You can buy medical insurance through your healthcare provider, but it's gonna probably like vary in price. But sometimes it can be as low as $15. And the WHO recommends getting um, any uh, sort of health or emergency done in Italy, unless you have a pre-existing health problem. Which, if you needed to be emergency lifted to the U.S., it would cost between $3,000 to $6,000.